Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I am Adam McCullough. We are live and it's an MUFC Transfer Daily Live. As you can tell by my face, it's bright and early in the morning. I still haven't got out of my morning grogginess. I was sitting here having my coffee, looking at the transfer news, getting ready for our Southampton preview, which we're filming a little bit later on Skype. And then I see this news coming through. Jay sent me a link and it says, Chris Smalling is set to join AS Roma. But the link he sent me was from one of those gossip pages. So I'm like, Jay, are you being serious? Are you being serious? I don't believe this. I do not believe this. If anything else comes from it, I'll go and do a live. And then what happens? We go onto the Twitter and we see Fabrizio Romano is tweeting. And he is pretty reliable. He's the one reporting the Alexis Sanchez to Internews also. And he is saying Chris Smalling is set to join AS Roma on a season-long loan deal. They'll pay €3 million. There's no option to buy. And Chris Smalling's set to leave Manchester United. It actually looks like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is getting rid of a lot of our dead weight. The only problem for Manchester United fans is we haven't replaced anyone. Now, obviously, in defence, we don't need to replace anybody because of the simple fact that we've got loads of centre-halves. This season, we've brought Harry Maguire. We also brought Axel Tuanzebe in, back off his loan move to Aston Villa. Brought him back in. We've also got Lindelof, who's developing and coming along well. And then you've got Smalling, Jones, Rojo, loads of players there in those centre-half positions. And now Smalling is leaving. Smalling's leaving and he's going to AS Roma. And I want your reaction to that one, guys. So make sure you're keeping your thoughts coming in on these comments below. And I'm going to be diving into those comments very, very soon on the morning that we get the news that Chris Smalling to AS Roma from Man United. Here we go, says Fabrizio Romano. Total agreement for a simple loan, €3 million to Man United without an option to buy. The player has accepted. Now, Chris Smalling's a vegan. He likes doing nice things, traveling around, looking around the beautiful spots in the world with his missus. If you follow him on Instagram, you'll know what I'm talking about. So he seems like the kind of guy that would want to go to Italy. Has he got the footballing ability to play in Italy? We've sent Smalling over there, Romelu Lukaku over there, 2 players and not one first touch. Not one first touch we've sent to Italy. It's absolute madness. They're giving us money to take him on loan. Guys, get your thoughts in the comments below. Lyle says your eyes seem a bit red from the news. Well, apart from the fact I woke up at 9 o'clock. Keep sell him and keep Rojo. Huh? Sell him and keep Rojo. Huh? I don't get it. Ashley says, oh yes, out with the deadwood, says Ashley in the comments, who's buzzing about this one. Forza Roma, says Emiliano, who's obviously a Roma fan. I wonder how Roma fans are feeling about this. What do you guys think of Chris Smalling? When Chris Smalling goes to Roma, do you think we're getting a Premier League winning centre-half that's won a lot of trophies at Man United? Or do you think we're getting a footballer that can't play football, can't pass the ball, can't pass a wind, can't really do much? Yes, he's decent in the air. He's not a bad defender. Look, as a squad player at United, I didn't really mind, but he can't play football. We want to play football here. He can't pass out from the back. We've seen England cut him loose. We've seen United cut him loose. Roma, Italy, Serie A. It's going to be ruthless out there to him. It's going to be absolutely ruthless out there. Kevin says, kill me now. I don't know why anyone's bothered by this news. Why are people bothered by the fact that Chris Smalling is going to Roma? Yes, guys, we're getting the reports this morning that not only is Alexis Sanchez possibly on his way to Inter Milan in a loan move, but Chrissy Smalling is also on his way to Serie A with Roma. Interesting news coming through this morning, and we want your thoughts on everything. Can you believe that somebody is actually taking him? Can you believe that, guys? Surely we don't lose the next game, says Blair. I hope not, mate. We're doing the preview for that later. Why is it ruthless there and not in the Prem, says Ahmed. That's true. Well, it is ruthless in the Prem because we've seen it with him. I mean more ruthless in terms of fans. Your own fans going to get on your case. We already know there's a racism issue over there in Italy. There's a racism issue everywhere, but more so in Italy from the stands. And you look at that, and you look at the way the fans are. They will boo a man. If you're on their team, they'll boo you. Look in Spain as well. Real Madrid fans, you can win 10 European Cups there. They'll boo you tomorrow if you don't play a quick ball. So I think English fans as a whole, Manchester United fans as well, we support our players. Even if most of the time we think Chris Smalling's shit, we support our players. And guys, what do you think about this? Look, I know it's not ideal, and I know the summer hasn't been perfect, and I wanted more players. I wanted a central midfielder. I wanted another attacker in that front line. But when you look at it, if Oli was backed, he's actually doing a very good job of getting rid of Deadwood. Nemanja Matic no longer starts for Man United. Phil Jones no longer starts for Manchester United. Ashley Young only starts because Delo and Luke Shaw are injured. Chris Smalling's on his way out. Alexis Sanchez on his way out. Romelu Lukaku gone. Matteo Darmian, don't know where he's gone. But you look at what Ollie's doing, and he's actually getting rid of players that we no longer want to be here and we no longer want to be in the team. You look at the team in the first few weeks of the season. We had the youngest average age from our first 11 in the Premier League. And you look at that and you think, that's a good sign too. We're moving in the right direction. Manchester United's issue, and this doesn't apply to centre-half, because I think centre-half was a position that we have a lot of players in, a lot of depth in. But you look at the other areas of the pitch and we haven't, and that's the problem for this season. It could be a long season in terms of inconsistency from some of the younger players, and in terms of inconsistency in result, because you look at that team, 1 or 2 injuries to key players. If Paul Pogba's out, we're fucked. If Martial or Rashford are out, we're fucked. And we're seeing that at the moment. Southampton away. We're going to Southampton away, and Mason Greenwood is looking to get a start. Now, Mason Greenwood's a fantastic talent, but that's a lot of pressure to be putting on a 17-year-old lad. But the news here today, guys, is Romelu Lukaku. Chris Smalling is on his way to Roma. Deadwood. I love that, Connor. Get rid of Lingard, says Axel. Adam will Tuanzebe get a chance as Purple Patrick. That's the benefit from this one as well. It looks like this has been done with Axel Tuanzebe in mind. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer spoke about Axel Tuanzebe, and he spoke about Axel Tuanzebe coming in at United and changing his mind, changing his perspective, making him think, yo, I was probably going to let you go out on another loan. But now that I'm seeing you here in training, seeing you here in pre-season, I'm seeing you're an absolute baller, and there's no point me sending you on loan. So he's now kept that. Axel's become a centre-back that's on the bench. That's so good to see Axel on the bench rather than Smalling or Jones or Rojo on the bench, wasting time with one of those guys. Let's get Axel in. So if Lindelof or Maguire get injured, Axel's coming in. If they have to go off in a game, Axel's coming in. And that's great. That's what we want to see. Because Axel last season had a magnificent season for Aston Villa. Played very well. He had his ups and downs, but he played well in the main. Got promoted. And he would have been thinking, do I want to stay there? If I go back to United, I have to be getting football. And look, he hopefully is. He hasn't yet, but hopefully he will be. He's a solid backup, says Sai. We shouldn't have sold Sanchez, says Jordan. Sanchez hasn't been officially announced as him gone yet, but it's looking like he's on his way to Inter Milan. Chris Smalling looking like he's on his way to AS Roma. Axel is a good backup centre half, says I agree with you. I'm not bothered by this one, guys. I'm actually quite happy with this one to see that Smalling is leaving Manchester United. I thought the guy was going to get a testimonial. Now he still might get a testimonial because he's not leaving on a permanent deal. He's leaving on loan, a season-long loan. But you'd assume that if he does well at Roma, that Roma will want to keep him. They're not going to bring him in and then let him go if he does well. So hopefully he goes there, does well, and he can sign for Roma on a permanent deal and get United a little bit of a transfer fee. We had heard links with him to Arsenal, like a whole host of clubs. But this one looks like it's the one that's happening. Chrissy Smalling to AS Roma. And I feel like this has just been pulled out of a hat. Footballer playing. If you said to me, where's Chris Smalling going in the summer? I would not have said AS Roma. I would not have said AS Romas. I would not have said Inter Milan. I wouldn't have even said Serie A. I would have said Premier League or Championship or America. or China. I would never have said Serie A. That is a shock to me. Does anyone actually think he'll do well? Let us know in the comments, guys. What do you think Chris Smalling's move to Italy? It's been reported this morning that Chris Smalling is set to join Roma on a season-long loan deal, which is very interesting. A €3 million fee for the club, so United will get some money for it. We paid 12 million for him when we signed him from Fulham. And what's been interesting with Smalling, look, I feel sorry for him a little bit. He's not good enough for Manchester United right now, but he's done all right for us. When he was deputising for Vidic and Rio, he actually looked quite good alongside one of them. It's when they left and he was then relied on as the main centre-half that he turned to shit most of the time. But he did well a lot of the time as well. We had some good runs with him in the team. And he's done well against some big strikers. But ultimately, it's that lack of footballing ability with the ball at his feet. It's like he's playing hot rice. Do you remember that game where you just got to get someone out? And everyone's moving really quick when they got the ball. That's how I felt like when he got the ball. It just felt like he was always on edge, always worrying, always panicking. And he's going to Italy. United have got rid of one of the Chuckle brothers, it seems. It's not official yet, so as soon as some official news comes through, we'll let you know, and we'll of course be back live here on Full Time Devils. Today we're recording the preview for Southampton. I also did another video earlier this week for the premium channel. The link's in the description for that as well if you want to get on there. But you'll get your usual content on this free channel as well. Who's in the comments? Sal Rojo as well, says Sammy. Reckon we might see Darmian at centre-back in Europa League, says Volba. We don't need to. We're only playing 2 centre-halves. It doesn't look like we're going to play a 3 centre-half system. Lindelof, Maguire, Tuanzebe, Jones, Rojo. That's our defence once Smalling goes. Darmian is then an option if we get loads of injuries. But I don't think we'll need to do that. And who knows, Darmian could be on his way out as well. Our squad depth is becoming thinner than Rooney's hairline, says Ashley. Shower God says, praise the Lord. A lot of people are happy over this one. United sending Chris. I don't know how we've managed it, guys. I genuinely don't know how we've managed it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments on the news that Chrissy Smalling is on his way to Italy, is on his way to Serie A, and is on his way right now. Bailly is still alive. How could I forget about Eric Bailly, guys? How could I forget about Eric Bailly, the greatest centre-half in the whole wide world? Do you think Timbo will get game time, says Ross? Obviously, he's got that serious injury, which he's coming back from, so I'm not too sure. I hope so. Darmian's still here, says AMG2. Who's got lions in the camp as his hashtag. Shame about Anthony Yarde. I was gunning for him as well. I wanted him to do well. Unfortunately, he lost by that one round where it looked like it was going to get him out of there. Ekman says Oli deserves all the time in the world. And look, I don't know whether Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to be a success at Manchester United or not. I don't know whether Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the man to bring back the Premier League trophy and help us challenge for the Champions League. But what I do know is, he has seen what we have seen as fans. He has seen that we are fed up of Ashley Young at right back. So we went and bought a £50 million right back in Wan-Bissaka. He has seen that we are fed up with Smalling and Jones at centre-half. And he's gone and bought Maguire, playing Lindelof, and brought Tuanzebe back in, whilst also getting rid of Chris Smalling. And then you look as well further ahead. We were fed up of Fellaini. Fellaini's gone. We were fed up of Lukaku. Lukaku's gone. We were fed up of Sanchez. Sanchez is gone. Now, we probably didn't get the players we needed in. Like, if we were going to do these deals, then Smalling needs to go earlier in the window, Sanchez needs to go earlier in the window, Lukaku needs to go earlier in the window, so we can replace them. But without us replacing them, I'm still not arsed that they've gone. The only thing that concerns me then is the lack of squad depth that we have. But am I going to be crying about Chris Smalling not being at United, Alexis Sanchez not being at United, Romelu Lukaku not being at United? No, I'm not. I'm genuinely not. So fair play to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He might not be getting the players in that he needs, but he actually is getting quite ruthless. We no longer see those annoying names in the team sheet every single week. I know Ashley Young's going to have to start a left back, but that's because of injuries. We need Maddison, says Anurag. Who saw his penalty yesterday? Panenka. It was absolutely gorgeous. Paul says Axel moving up the pecking order. I think this result has come because Axel has already moved up the pecking order. He's already ahead of Smalling. He's already ahead of Jones. He's already ahead of Rojo. That's why these men are thinking, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here to play football. Maguire, Lindelof, Tuanzebe is a solid trio, says Alien Tenno, who's happy with our options at centre-half as well. Lukaku is the best striker we had for goals. Sold too cheap, says Luke. Nadim's right as well. Get hitting that like button, guys. Thank you for watching Full Time Devils. This has been an MUFC Transfer Daily Live on the morning where we find out that Chrissy Smalling could be set for a departure from Old Trafford and could join Serie A giants AS Roma. If the news is confirmed, we'll be back live here on Full Time Devils. And of course, once we get confirmation on the Alexis Sanchez transfer to Inter Milan as well, we'll be back live here on Full Time Devils. But thank you for watching this live stream about Chris Smalling joining Italy. And finally, Manchester United fans can possibly see a future without the Choco Brothers. Anyway, I've been Adam McCall. I'm going to get out of here now because we've got to go and film the Southampton preview, which will be up soon as well. But for now, I'm out of here.